They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Ducks will put total leather and we'll get started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's back to throw on second down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a third and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Looking to scramble. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The sure hands, it's Casper. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
The Ducks with the 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Touch pass on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it, going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass that can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
And when you get these quarterbacks and these offenses in 3rd and long, and you know it's passing situations, man, Katie bar the door, let's rush the passer, bring everybody. You know what's coming. Get after the QB, and you cause the fumble. Great 3rd down execution by this defense.
They'll test the right side. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Well, that essentially ends up being a punt for the offense. 3rd down, you're taking a deep shot, and because you were able to make the tackle relatively quickly after the guy picked it off, it's essentially just flipping the field.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make it.
It's a fumble. Bounced right back to them.
It's so hard to force fumbles. And when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling. You're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Moore will throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Ducks will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Looking for a block. It's Brown. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive, Dave.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Gets it out fast. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly. Ready.
They'll give it to the back. Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. From the gun on 3rd down. He caught it! And he won't be able to get it as the defense gets him down at the 1.
So nice when you're an offense and you're getting these 3rd and shorts, and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a 1st and goal.
And that's why it's hard to run down by the goal line. The defense just has so many bodies crowded into the line of scrimmage. Offense couldn't get it done that time.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback checking off. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking to the end zone. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. And he will score! Touchdown, Tigers!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Catch in the middle. It's low. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. The quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Moore to the air. Unloads it left. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Got room on the return. After making the interception, he took it all the way back and sets up his offense at the 17-yard line.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run play action. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen.
And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
Moore will throw. Getting some heat. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. Strikes the blow. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. A little screen to the running back. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Has it back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Moore to the air. He's going to run it. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's taking the shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Let's see what they've got on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play. In a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
Deep shot for the end zone. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Just enough time to get off one more snap. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
The Ducks will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. On the move, it's Brown. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Looking for room, it's Haynes. Nice move to stay on his feet. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Caught over the middle. It's Williams. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for this offense. He's looking to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set, 1st down. The give to the tailback. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Moore will throw. Good timing on the quick out. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers. They're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They'll power it inside with the fullback. The Ducks have enough for the first down. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
They'll throw it on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man on the right. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Handoff to the lone back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Moore to the air. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. They didn't get too greedy there. They knew what they needed, and he gets it just past the sticks.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the defense maybe be a little bit more aggressive, a little more in the face, because QBC's easy access. I'm going to throw the football. My receiver's got...
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Made the play on the pitch, is hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Clemson 14, Oregon 7.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the running back. The Tigers pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets it out quickly. Sweet cut there. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. He leaves it with the back. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
He'll take a deep shot here. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He got his man on the outside. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Fair catch called for and made. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Line getting set on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Clemson will send the punt team out. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. the Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
He's going up top here late in the game. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Oregon, number 17, with the grab and the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Michigan is currently trailing in this one, but if history has taught us anything over the years, it's that closing out the maize and blue inside the big house is not easy. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Iowa. We'll circle